coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts. Hey man, shout out to everybody out there on Team Banky Pound, man. I appreciate the love, appreciate the support. Them hooks, man, they out there. Big love to everybody who support the movement, man. Everybody who support the platform, man. We pushing. We on the road to 110K. Let's go. Let's get it. TBP Nation, stand up, man. Love is love. Live your best life every day. It ain't guaranteed. You hear me? Listen, man. I got a good one for y'all today. Y'all just don't know the magnitude of the deception and wickedness that be going on inside them prison walls, man. You know, you can have a lot of people, man, that's on that other side on the administration, man. They be pushing so much stuff at you, so much narrative. They all into this, they all into that, and you will never know, man. They be some of the most wickedest people their self. You know, they be, you know, bringing in the sack, doing this, that, and the third, and they still be policing dudes. You know what I'm saying? So that's where a lot of the deception come in at, because that's why when a lot of the females, when they get to doing stuff and dudes find out, that's when dudes be, I told you, dudes be trying to blackmail them. Dudes be trying to handle them, you know, do what they do, gun them down, talk trash to them, because they be scared that if they write them up, that, you know, they might know something on them. Then dudes will be letting them know, dropping little subliminals, which is police stuff, but they be doing it to the police. But it's still police activity. You know what I'm saying? But they'll be like, oh, yeah, I know you ain't gonna do this because you bringing that. This type of stuff like that, right? But it be the ones that you will never in a million years think would be doing something illegal or breaking the law because of the way they act, the way they carry. You will never know, but it be them. And when you be finding out, you be like, your mind be blown. It's like, man, ain't no way. And usually it be them ones like that. And if that don't blow your mind enough, it be who they be messing with, which you would never suspect. You know what I'm saying? You would never suspect. It's just like the story that I just told y'all about Fat Boy from New York. You know what I'm saying? He pulled the baddest girl. I don't know how them dynamics work. I don't know how it be like. It always end up being like that. The ones, the baddest bras that work at the penitentiary used to be messing with the craziest, lamest dudes. Not to say New York was lame, because New York was cool. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to New York. But a lot of times that be the dynamics. And then it be the meanest ones. That's usually a sign, because they be so mean. I mean, they write you up for everything, man. They'll write you up for cussing, man. You know what I'm saying? They'll write you up for the pettiest contraband. They'll write you up for unauthorized area, disobeying a direct order. And they breaking every law in the book. And you don't even know it. You did? So I can remember, man, being on this joint. And we had a female sergeant, right, that worked the building. And when I tell you she fit this bill, she fit this bill. Since I have been there, all she do is write charges. All she do is pop, talk trash. Want you to engage in a conversation with her or argument with her, so you can say one wrong word and she gonna lock you up for threatening bodily harm. Now, when you get locked up for threatening bodily harm, man, you also subject to get shipped off the compound. They might, you know what I'm saying, put you on the bus. All she got to do is say she fear for her life. She don't want you on the compound no more. You gone. See what I'm saying? That's the power that they got. So all of these rules and regulations is put in place to keep you in line, to keep you off of their hand pots. You see what I'm saying? So you won't never, you know, want to put your hands on there on them, because they're going to send you to court. They're going to give you some more time. That's the incentive to keep you away. You don't want to talk slick to them, whatever, because they can holler, oh, you threatening me? You going off the compound. So dudes is kept in line by the rules and regulations that they put in place to keep you in line. Now, don't get me twisted, though. You got dudes that they once you make them go to a certain point, they don't care nothing about none of that. You know what I'm saying? They're going to do what they got to do. But they're going to do it, understand it's going to be dire consequences. They're going to have to pay for it regardless. You know what I'm saying? But you have them like that in penitentiary. This is why it's called a penitentiary. You got all flavors, all kinds, all, you know, they're trapped. You know what I'm saying? If you get them wrong, they heck with all of that. So, but this side right here, she was just like, just what we call a police, straight police. Everybody know when the side door open and she come in, dudes know to get in order. She walking through, she seeing if she smelling anything, any tobacco, any weed, any alcohol, anybody that's out of order, anybody that's in the wrong cell, anybody that look like they gambling at the tables. You know what I'm saying? She on everything, top cop, you know, private eye, inch eye, private eye, right? So she really, even when you ask for something, hey, son, let me holler you for something about something. What do you want? She one of them type, right? So that's the scenario of her. That's the picture that I want y'all to understand that this type of person it is. Now, in this particular block that we was in, she stayed in there because on this compound, you know, the money was flowing. You know what I'm saying? Dudes is doing what they doing. Dudes is shaking out. We always trying to, you know, beat the police, man. You know, just in order to survive, just in order to get by in it. You got to be trying to beat the police, no matter what it is, gambling, scrambling, selling weed, drugs, whatever you could get in, doing what you could do. But you got to understand, operating in the penitentiary, even in store box, you operating under duress, you operating under all of this scrutiny that you got to try to get back. This is what make a great hustler in the penitentiary, because the conditions that he has to move in, it's always eyes on you. If it ain't the police, it's the police, the inmate police. Somebody always watching you. If it ain't that, it's the cameras. So you always being watched trying to hustle. Just imagine people on the street if they was hustling every day, going out on the corner, doing what they doing, or the big time, knowing that the people is watching. It's like the feds is watching, knowing that they watching you 24/7. How can you get away? You understand? So this is the type of scrutiny that we operate under in the penitentiary. We always being watching, trying to be cordial with everybody, so don't nobody drop a dime on you, right? So, but this part getting money, you know what I'm saying, and it's known they might do pop-up shakedowns at any time, you know, pop-up lockdowns compared to the annual lockdown. They may pop up at any time. Now, who you don't want to see, who you don't want to see pop through them doors is the investigators. When them investigators coming, usually, or the investigators in the penitentiary is like the feds. It ain't no other way to describe it. The investigators in the penitentiary is like the feds. They don't come till they got some information. They don't come till they show they got you dead to rights. You know what I'm saying? And when you can beat the investigators, I ain't talking about when they lock you up, they come in the park, you get locked up for investigation. That's a whole different scenario. They lock you up for investigation for anything. That's different. You go back in the hole and they come back out, man, investigators ain't find nothing, man. They locked me up for that foolishness. Like me, I got locked up plenty of times for investigation from my cell. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he supposed to be messing with this female. Oh, he supposed to be getting this in. Oh, he supposed to be doing that. And they can't prove it, they let you back out. That's just when they done got an accumulation of dudes trying to get rid of you. That's exactly what they did. There are a lot of dudes that wrote notes on you saying this, that, and the third, where they get to the point where they say, we got to check it out. So, but we ain't got no direct information. Oh, we got to check it out. So lock them up. So they'll lock you up and then they'll get investigated, come back, they ask you a bunch of dumb questions, which they know you're going to deny everything, and they let you back out. But they really putting you on game that, oh, we know you're doing something because too many people saying something. But if they really believed it, it's a different story. If they got a credible source, it's a different story. That different story is when they come through them doors to come get you. When they come to your cell coming through them doors and them investigators and they beelining for you, they done got some direct information that they believe 100% is true. When I told y'all they came at me looking for that cell phone, I just had happened to not be in my cell when they was coming and seen them coming. And I pinned it off. And they called me straight back to the cell. They stayed there for 3-4 hours. You know what I'm saying? Thinking that they really had a lick. You understand? But I just peeped the move. That was just by happenstance though. Had I been in my cell, I'm tore off. Ain't no, I can't get bound. I'm done. They had the little machine, and I was done. Seen the move. You know what I'm saying? By the grace of God and the squad, baby. So I say that to let y'all know, when they come through that door, that's the feds, man. They got credible source that they got you. And the thing about it is they pop up like the feds on the street at any time when you least expect it. They could come in the morning before breakfast. They could come right after breakfast when they think dudes is relaxed. They could come at count time when they think you in there laid back. They know the count. They know people wait for the count to clear, like the people to go through your cell count. Like somebody might be doing some smoking weed or getting on their cell phone or doing whatever they're doing. The freak is in there freaking after they count, because then you got a grace period before the whole count can clear the whole compound before they open the doors. But mostly, if they go by and count, they gone until they open the doors. Ain't even gonna be no officer coming around and do a round, because they usually count the whole compound, right? So that's a grace period. They know that. And they know what dudes be doing, so they'll pop up then right after count, right after the people that left out of the block. Give you about 5-10 minutes to get relaxed. Oh, they gone? Oh, go jump on your phone. Oh, light up the week, and they'll bust up in there if they coming to get you. You see what I'm saying? They know all these things. Dudes that ain't thinking don't know that they know these things, but a thinker in the penitentiary know to be sharp at these times, be ready, be prepared at these times. Or they'll pop up at 3-4 o'clock in the morning while you're yawning, while you up in there, or you up in there sneaking and smoking weed or on your phone or doing something. Boom, 4 o'clock in the morning, they coming through there creeping. They'll get all the way to your door and say, and they'll bust that door and they right down there on you. You understand me? I done seen it happen 1,000 times. If you riding dirty, that's why dudes don't get a lot of sleep. If you riding dirty, you got to be up and ready at all times, because the feds could be coming, aka the investigators. So it's a Bama in that part that is really like a Bama. You wouldn't even believe that this Joker is doing anything. Now he ain't asking nobody for nothing, this, that, the third, but he ain't gambling, he ain't hustling, woo. Now it has been dudes after dudes saying that, oh man, I used to smell weed by his cell all the time. Like he be in there smoking weed, but don't nobody never see him buying no weed. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, he just a laid in the cut type dude. Don't nobody, he just off the radar. Now, this joint happened like at lunch, soon after lunch, when we locked down for the lunch count. You know what I'm saying? When the minute lunch came back, no, we locking down for the lunch count. When count clear, we going to lunch, right? So they done came through, did their round, just like I told you. 10 minutes later, everybody, relaxed. They, thinking they can do what they do. Ain't nobody coming back through here. Everybody is relaxed. He just so happened to be on the top tier corner cell. I had been in that cell before too. Good cell to have, but a dangerous cell to have if you're doing something illegal. Why? Because the top side port door opens in the back, and 5 steps, they at your cell. You understand what I'm telling you? So if they come through that top tier, the first cell they're going to get to is yours. And that's within 5 steps they're going to be at your cell. You heard me? So if you doing something dirty in this cell, you got to always be on point. Because just as fast as you heard the door opening, they there. You understand me? They right there. You can't do nothing. You can't. Anything you do is going to be right in front of them. Now, man, you say, for instance, if you got something dirty, you got some drugs, and they come to your cell, and you see them at your cell, you trying to flush the drugs down the toilet. If they say they saw you flush drugs down the toilet, guess what? You got a drug charge. It don't matter if it's gone. This ain't like on the street, possession is 9/10 of the law. No, they eyesight in the penitentiary is 10th of the law. You know that police tell lies on jokers, say they saw him flush a cell phone, you get a cell phone charge. But I saw him flush drugs, you get a drug charge. I seen them flush crack. How you know it was crack? Your eyes that good, you can see crack. They getting the charge. It ain't no getting around. You getting that charge. So, but on certain institutions, as is this one, they'll cut the water off. They'll cut the water off before they come, which is a clear sign the people that's on point that somebody get ready to come running up in here because they done cut the water off because they don't want you to flush nothing. Meaning you can't get whatever you got out of your cell. You can't get rid of it unless you actually throw it out your cell door, which then the camera, if they find something on the floor, they're going to go back and look at the camera and see who threw that out their cell. Both of them in that cell getting that charge unless one of them claim it. This is the games they playing up in there. You hear me? So, now, mind you, they cut that water off. So this is what dudes do. Every now and then when you in there, you heard dudes flushing the toilet, first story. And you will think to yourself, there's 80-something people in here, man. Everybody probably using bathroom. Now, a lot of dudes just get up, flush the toilet just to make sure it's on. Especially people who ride dirty. They'll get up every so now and then and flush the toilet. Come to the door, look out the door, make sure the coast is clear. If you dirty, this is a precautionary, you know what I'm saying, rule of thumb. Be on point at all times. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Okay, the administration, they trying to outthink us. We trying to outthink them. We trying to outthink each other. You know what I'm saying, to get what we need to get done. So what the administration did one time, that was when they was trying to implement, you couldn't flush your toilet more than, what was it, twice in an hour. Yeah, they was going around from cell to cell with the maintenance man fixing your toilet so it would not flush. If you flush that toilet more than two, I can't remember how many times, like 2 or 3, within an hour, it's gonna cut off. You can't flush it no more for a whole hour. So that was throwing dudes off whether or not the water was on or whether it's just your toilet. That was slicker than them. That was slicker than That was slick. But dudes protested it so much and started fighting paperwork, this inhumane and and start shooting that stuff to places, and eventually they had to discontinue that. But I believe personally that was their plot to creep up on jokers, because jokers knew if that water was off, dudes started getting rid of stuff. He slid it under the door so the police, the camera can't pick it up, but dudes started getting rid of stuff. Whatever it was, eating it, swallowing it, some dudes in there suitcasing it. They know somebody get ready to come in there. Don't mean they coming for them, but they know if they dirty, they need to clean up. So they cut this water off. So mind you, here in the first cell, they come through the back door. Boom, boom, boom. There it is though. Already. Just like that. Look at the split. It's the investigators. It's the feds. Dudes come looking out the door. Oh, feds are here. Feds on the building. Feds on the building. You know what I'm saying? The feds are here. This investigators. They come to his cell. He's stunned. I'm sure. But people like, what they going to his cell for? That Bama don't do nothing. He a Bama and he in the cell with another Bama. You know what I'm saying? This is a 2 Bama cell. 2 Bama cell, right? So you got 3 investigators over there and the floor officer CO. And you can hear them come to the door, man. Come on to the door, man. We gotta, yeah, you know what it is. Come on to the door. Come on to the door. Both of y'all come to the door. Get them to the door. They script both of them down, you know what I'm saying? Put the clothes back on, get them outside, and they go on up in the cell. So obviously they got some type of information to come to this cell. Even though this is a 2 Bama cell and don't nobody look at these dudes like they ain't shaking, they ain't baking, they ain't making no noise, right? So as they up in the cell, and these jokers standing out there with their handcuffs on behind their back and their boxers, you know, with the flow CO right there, and they up in the cell going through the cell, right? Within 5 minutes, 10, 6, 7, 8 minutes, the back door open again, and in comes the sergeant, the female sergeant, the nasty one, the one that write a charge for everything. the one that's always on everybody's top, the one that always got a smart remark, the one that always got her face twisted up when she talking to a convict. She come through the back, right? And she looking there, and she go and she look at them and go on up in the cell with the investigators, right? So everybody on the door, man. Most people is like, man, what they going on around here, man? You know? So it's so crazy that this is how penitentiary is. Penitentiary is crazy too. Everybody starts speculating, man, what they doing? You know what I'm saying? What they in there freaking? That's the first thing come to dudes' mind, because dudes think they don't be doing nothing and they both like, you know what I'm saying, cornballish. So, but that's absurd too, but that's penitentiary stuff. So dudes is hollering all types of stuff, right? So, man, they in this cell for about 10 more minutes and they come out the cell. You see the investigators, them come out the cell. And lo and behold, when the investigators, them come out the cell, what they got in their hand? They got a cell phone, right?
The banking special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man. My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.